Hi, I'm Fed, and together with Natalija and James, we are BravelyCultured, bravely cultivating the future of sustainable protein production. We harness the power of the ocean to produce alternative proteins by precision fermentation. Why do we do this? Well, basically because our global food system is broken. We grow crops, then feed them to animals, and then we eat in order to source the proteins we need. This contributes to 33% of global emission, drives up to 37% of land use and 72% of fresh water use, and contributes to 50% of global deforestation. Now, an alternative world is possible, a world where we could harness the power of the ocean to cultivate microorganisms and source from them the proteins we need. This would drastically reduce our impact on the planet, both environmental and carbon impact. However, how do we do this?
Okay, so precision fermentation exists as a method to produce almost anything you want, really, and this includes proteins for human consumption. And it's a method in which you genetically modify microorganisms and then cultivate them to produce these very specific products. However, there's currently three key drawbacks with precision fermentation, and that is that it uses a lot of fresh water, it uses agriculture-derived feedstocks such as glucose and yeast extracts, and these have really high carbon impacts themselves, and also the waste streams that are commonly incinerated. So, at BravelyCultured, we're replacing our freshwater requirements with seawater, we're using sustainable feedstocks, but we're also introducing circularity to our waste streams. So this is both supplementing our inputs, but also our energy demands. And to do all of that, what we're currently developing is a panel of patentable microorganisms. And these we've isolated from marine sources, and they're naturally capable of growing on our sustainable feedstocks. Of these, we're selecting those with the highest capacity for protein production, and we're genetically engineering those species of fungi such that they're able to produce animal proteins. Through cultivation, these fungi then secrete the proteins into the growth medium, and we can purify those proteins for incorporation into food products. By doing everything like that, we are reducing our carbon emissions by up to 81%. We're also reducing our freshwater usage by 97% in comparison to animal agriculture. But we're also reducing our operational costs by 31% in comparison to conventional precision fermentation.
Well, good news for you, food lovers, is that because we're making animal proteins, it actually allows us to produce vegan foods that feel and taste like foods we all know and love, unlike the conventional vegan alternatives. And we have a perfect team to do that. Our scientific direction is led by James, who is an expert in bioengineering and protein purification from the University of Cambridge, with a PhD in protein biochemistry. Our COO, Fed, is sustainable food systems and policy expert, previously having worked for the United Nations and European Commission. And I'm leading this team, combining my business expertise from the Judge Business School and scientific expertise from the University of Cambridge. We're supported by advisors who are providing us with industrial, manufacturing, business strategy, and scientific expertise. Together, we're entering a large alternative protein market that was valued at $7.5 billion in 2021 and is projected to grow at 36% compound annual growth rate to reach $115 billion by 2030. Of that market, 13% are expected to be occupied by egg and dairy alternatives, and that is the initial market segment that BravelyCultured is targeting. There are other companies that produce proteins by precision fermentation. However, what they're doing, they all utilize the same technology. And that technology originally was designed for pharmaceutical and biofuel production, and therefore it's not really scalable for food production because of its cost. Because we at BravelyCultured are utilizing unique microorganisms and feedstocks and applying circularity to our waste streams, we're actually redesigning the way how precision fermentation is done, which allows us to enter the market with this disruptive technology. We are planning to be a B2B protein ingredient producer, manufacturing animal protein in animal-free manner, supplying it to the ingredients distributor, who in turn will supply it to the alternative food manufacturers. To realize that business model, we have partnered with 3 alternative cheese companies who will co-develop a cheese product utilizing our protein ingredient, and together with them, we will go on the market directly to customers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are cultivating a great venture here. After having received investment from Carbo 13, we partnered up with our scale-up partner CPI in order to apply for UK RI grant. We are currently building relationship with alternative food manufacturers, and we're able to secure lab space at the epicenter in Haverhill, as well as permission to collect microorganism samples from UK shores. In terms of research, we have compiled a library of microorganisms that are able to grow in high salt and are currently developing our sustainable feedstock together with Samudra, another Carbon 13 company. We are currently raising for a 500k round. This is going to help us to perfect our protein production platform, scale up, and create a cheese prototype. After, we're going to raise for seed round that is going to allow us to go to all the regulatory approvals that we need in different markets, continuing our scale up in view of launching a product and bringing it to market just after having raised Series A. Our vision in 5 years' time is going to be to revolutionize the alternative food industry through our ingredients. So join us in our journey if you truly believe that a sustainable food system is possible. And together we can start feeding the world while nourishing the planet. Thank you.